What's up, JEFusion fans? This is Philip, and welcome back to another toy review. So today, we finally, I've waited half a year almost just to do this. So we finally got ourselves the deluxe Gavarion Blade. No, let me do that again. Gavarion Blade. So this is the deluxe Gavarion Blade from Space Sheriff Gavan Infinity. Now, you notice that there's something not yet included here, so that's this one. Oh, sorry. There we go. So, this is the Space, Sheriff badge. We're gonna get into this one later, so yeah. I finally decided to get one of these, like, by this point, the show, Gavan Infinity is, at least the show itself is technically over, but it's not over as well because, characters from Gavan Infinity will appear, as guest characters from time to time within Omega Horn. We'll get into that in a different video, basically, but yeah, at least Gavan Infinity by its lonesome, as a show is already finished. So, I finally decided to get this one because it's like half priced from the original. So, basically, when this was released, originally this came out, priced at 4,400 yen. Just to give you like a bit of perspective, with that original price. So, you might also know that Bandai, rather, had released the Tokusatsu action figures for Gavan Infinity, and those action figures were at the same price. So, like, I decided to go for the deluxe item instead. So now, again, the show is basically over. It's actually over at this point, so the final episode already came out by the time I got this Gavarion Blade. So it's already half price. So I got this for 2,200 yen actually. Like, even when, it originally came out, I thought the 4,400 yen price range was relatively cheap. Again, especially when you compare to, like, other deluxe items. Again, even the Tokusatsu action figure. But, yeah, I chose to go with this one. So, yeah. Anyway, so this is the Gavarion Blade. So, as you can see, so this part is made out of soft plastic, so I actually like the idea, using soft plastic. So it is safer, especially when, you try to give it to little kids. So even when it is hard, but definitely, at least this isn't gonna break easily. It will break whatever it hits, though, so keep that in mind. And it's a thick boy, right? So, as for the back, well, it's blank. Okay, so as you can see, there's again something not included, or rather, I'm going to talk about right now. So the police badge, which also served as the communication device. So I will. By pressing this button on the top, so it flips open, and as you can see, so you have a picture of Gavan Infinity, so you can open this part as well. Yeah, and then the cards come out, and at the back you have Gavan Bushido and then Gavan Luminous as well, so you can choose, which Gavan you want. So, at this point, the Memorial Edition is also about to be... I think, like, pre-orders are still open for that one. And, like, the Memorial Edition version, I believe, will have pictures of the characters. So, not, like, the Gavan, forms, but, like, the actual faces of the actors, at least... like it would actually be more show accurate because again, like they also use these as normal police badges. So this thing does nothing really special, but again, it is a nice accessory in and of itself. There is one sold separately for Jiraiya Kunai, basically. So he has his own violet colored ninja esque badge as well. So what you simply need to do is you have this slot right here, and you know it just slots into the Gavarion Blade like that. Now, if you do want to take it again, so if you want to remove from the Gavarion Blade, so there is another button here. So you just press it, it removes the lock. Oh. So yeah. And yeah. There we go. So again, so this is how the Gavarion Blade looks like when it's complete. But as you saw earlier, so I removed this one. So if you want at this point, again, it's cheaper. So, like I could have gotten 2 for the price of the original, basically. So 2 for the price of 1. And then, like, remove the other, badge. And then you can have, like, the second Gavarion Blade for, if you want to do Setsuna. There we go. Okay, so let's go to the next feature. So this is the battery cover. So you just need like something like really slim, like a toothpick, to press this button right here. So while pressing that button, you slide this cover off, and then you're gonna need 3 AAA batteries to get this thing going. So anyways, let's start with this button right here. Or yeah, I turned on the switch rather, and actually like the light is decent. I think I pressed the button, but yeah. So while it's on, so this is like the standby mode. So I'm just gonna turn off the light over here so you can see. There we go. I mean, not bad, but because of the lighting though, it doesn't really reach the tip. So I kind of wish that there was like at least one more over here. Now, I understand that this is, basically based off of the... Oh, so... Okay. So, apparently, like, after a minute or so, the standby sound will turn off automatically. But, well, as I was saying, so, the shape is, again, taken from Sunglass Slasher from Dawn Brothers, so yeah. And that one has like LED lights, apparently. The blade is shorter, but like the light is brighter. But yeah, there we go. So again, now I will keep the lights off a little bit so you guys can see the light of the Gavarion Blade. So So you have the trigger right here, and so there are like different sounds. So it's not really the same sound again and again, which is actually nice. Yeah. So let's see. So I'm gonna hold this trigger down and... Gavarion Blade! Wait. There we go. So actually, I'm gonna do it one more time. Uh, Gavarion Blade. So that music, I wanna get that music. So while I'm holding, it plays, and then once I release, yeah. All right. So okay. So I'm gonna turn back the lights. So yeah, the lights and sounds of this thing. I'm actually surprised. Like it's not as bright as the LED lights of the Don Brothers Sunglass Slasher, but it was bright enough. Like the sounds are okay, not too loud. But you can hear them clearly, and again, like once you like really hold down this trigger button, so that charged standby music is going to play, and once you release, so yeah, you have basically like Gavarion dynamic, I guess. They don't really have a name for that, but so again, look at the size of this thing. Like it's actually quite big, you know. So again, especially if you give it to a little kid, yeah, definitely, surprisingly long for its size. But as you can see, it still fits in the camera. So the link. Now, for comparison, I have here probably one of my favorite deluxe items. So I have here the Oger caliber, and you know, so like having them base to base together, it's actually it actually turns out that the Gavarion Blade is actually slightly longer at the top. So it's probably hard to see with this angle right here, but I'm gonna use my palm as like the base for this thing, and yeah, so you can see that the tip of the Gavarion Blade is longer. So yeah, we have again for comparison. So like there are so many similarities for this. Again, these two swords, but what I really like is that I got this one again, cheaper, considering that I bought this after Gavan Infinity has ended, but yeah, I still wanted to get myself a Gavarion Blade nonetheless. So, again, not bad. Actually, it's like for the price and what you get. It's like even if you got this at the original retail price when it first came out, like again, like I've said earlier, it's already relatively cheap, but yeah, uh, it is really really nice. So the blade itself is basically as large or as long as my forearm, by the way. So yeah, even with my fingers extended, like this length is actually really dope. So yeah, so anyways, I don't live alone, but let me just adjust my camera for a bit. There we go. Yeah, so there you have it. So Gavarion Blade. Now, again, there are interesting aspects to it. Again, like the detachable, you know, badge that you can interchange the pictures of the space sheriffs, the Gavans, and again, you do get a really long blade for what it is. Again, it is a deluxe kids toy, but it is quite large. I was already thinking of getting the memorial edition, but you know, uh, like 20,000 yen, it is quite reasonable. I mean, you get almost like maybe a few more inches of like blade length, but I believe the handle length remains the same if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, again, this is not bad. It's still worth it for the price and what it can offer. Yeah, so the lights and sounds work really fine. Nothing really completely spectacular, but yeah, it is a solid, and actually like quite hefty. Weight wise, not too different from the older caliber. They weigh pretty much the same. But again, that impressively long blade is what really impresses me actually. So yeah. So for a deluxe toy, I'm actually gonna give the Gavarion Blade, or yeah, no, it should be Gavarion Blade. You know, so this gets a 5 out of 5 from me. So again, it is relatively cheap. Again, considering when I got this, but original price was also cheap. Again, for comparison, I got this for 6,000 yen, by the way. So so the older caliber, I got this for 6,000 yen. This is way cheaper. Again, even at original price. So, yeah. Considering, again, everything that it has, everything that it offers, again, like the detachable badge is a nice accessory as well. So, again, you can remove this. Again, especially right now, you can buy 2 of these and go sets na. And, yeah, really, really nice. Now, like now that I think about everything that it can offer, yeah, it's really, really good. So yeah, that's my review for the deluxe Gavarion Blade from Space Sheriff Gavan Infinity. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. So as always, thanks for watching. Please do leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, and don't forget that notification bell so you get the latest from JEFusion. This has been Philip, and I'll see you next time. Yoroshiku.